Imagine transforming your garden into a paradise, doubling its beauty with simple tricks. Today we embark on a journey to revolutionize the way we perceive and mold our gardens. The value of a stunning garden extends beyond aesthetics, creating a serene sanctuary for relaxation and reflection. The tricks we'll share are simple yet impactful, capable of transforming even the most mundane spaces into breathtaking spectacles. Ready to revolutionize your garden? Let's dive in. The secret to a stunning garden: the right plants. When it comes to transforming your garden into a paradise, the choice of plants you make is crucial. It's like choosing the right colors for a masterpiece painting. And the canvas? Your garden. The magic lies within the selection of plants that are not only visually appealing, but also compatible with your garden's unique conditions. Consider the climate. Some plants thrive in tropical climates, while others prefer cooler environments. Understanding your local weather patterns is essential in choosing plants that will flourish. Next, let's talk about soil type. From sandy to clay, loamy to peaty, each plant has its preferred soil. Testing your garden soil will give you a clear picture of what plants will grow best. Sunlight exposure is another key factor. Some plants bask in full sun, others prefer the shade, and some need a bit of both. Observing where and when sunlight hits your garden will guide you in placing your plants correctly. Now, let's delve into the world of color combinations. Creating a color palette for your garden can make it pop. Consider pairing complementary colors like purple and yellow for a vibrant contrast. Or, for a more harmonious look, you might opt for analogous colors such as red, orange, and yellow. Remember, your garden is your canvas, and you are the artist. And let's not forget about seasonal plants. Incorporating a variety of plants that bloom at different times of the year can ensure your garden remains vibrant throughout the seasons. Imagine having a garden that's a spectacle of color in spring, a lush green haven in summer, a warm palette in fall, and a snow-kissed wonderland in winter. Choosing the right plants for your garden is a delightful journey of exploration and creativity. It's about understanding your garden's unique conditions and using them to your advantage. It's about creating a color palette that reflects your personal style. And it's about planning for the changing seasons to ensure a year-round display of beauty. Choose wisely and your garden will be a year-round spectacle. Next up, layout design, the blueprint of your garden's beauty. The layout of your garden is much like the blueprint of a house. Without a well-thought-out plan, your garden may lack cohesion and balance, resulting in a less than stellar space. But with the right layout design, you can transform your garden into a breathtaking oasis. First off, let's talk about pathways. Pathways not only guide you through the garden but also add structure to the space. They can be as simple as a trail of stepping stones or as intricate as a winding brick path. Regardless of the material or design, a well-placed pathway can add depth and interest to your garden. Next, let's consider focal points. These are the elements that draw the eye. It could be a stunning tree, a beautiful statue, or a vibrant flower bed. Focal points create visual interest and give your garden a sense of purpose. They're like the exclamation points in a sentence, punctuating the beauty of your space. Now let's talk about balance. This is where the artistry of gardening really comes into play. Striking the right balance between open spaces and planted areas can make your garden feel both lush and spacious. Too much open space might make your garden feel barren, while too many plants may make it feel cluttered. Consider this balance when planning your garden layout, and you'll create a space that feels harmonious and inviting. And don't forget about the edges. The edges of your garden, where your garden meets the rest of your yard or the outside world, are often overlooked. But with a bit of planning, you can make your garden's edges into a feature that complements the rest of your design. In the end, the layout of your garden is a personal expression of your taste and style. It's a chance to create a space that's uniquely yours. So, take your time, plan carefully, and don't be afraid to experiment. A well-planned layout is the first step to a breathtaking garden. Now let's add some spice with decorative elements. Think of your garden as a living painting. You've already sketched out the design with your plants. Now it's time to fill in the details and add some color with decorative elements. These garnishes, if you will, are what give your garden its personality and make it uniquely yours. Let's start with DIY projects. These can be as simple as painted rocks, a homemade birdhouse, or even repurposed old items like a vintage wheelbarrow filled with vibrant flowers. You could also make a charming fairy garden using tiny figurines and miniature plants. The possibilities are endless, and the best part is you're putting your own personal touch into your garden. Now, if you're not the DIY type, there's no need to worry. There are countless store-bought pieces that can add a dash of charm to your garden. Consider adding a bird bath or a gazing globe for a touch of whimsy, or perhaps a classic garden gnome, or a stylish sculpture could be the statement piece your garden needs. But remember, decoration isn't just about adding objects, it's also about using your plants creatively. Try weaving colorful flowers into a garden arch or trellis, or plant a carpet of low-growing ground cover plants to create a living mosaic. You could even use tall, architectural plants as natural sculptures. And lastly, don't forget about lighting. A few well-placed solar lights can make your garden glow in the evening, highlighting your beautiful plants and decorations. The key here is balance. You want your decorations to enhance your garden, not overwhelm it. Think of them as the finishing touches that bring your garden to life. So go ahead, get creative, and express yourself. After all, your garden is an extension of your home, and it should reflect who you are. Remember, your garden is a canvas, and decorative elements are your paint. Now it's time to let your imagination run wild and create your own masterpiece. Finally, maintenance techniques to keep your garden glowing. The secret to a radiant garden lies not only in the right selection of plants or the perfect layout, but also in the continuous care and attention given to it. Let's start with watering. This is more of an art than a science. Watering your garden isn't just about turning on the hose, it's about understanding the needs of each plant and watering accordingly. Some plants thrive in moist conditions, while others require less water. A good rule of thumb is to water deeply, but infrequently, which encourages the roots to grow deeper into the soil, promoting stability and resilience in your plants. Next, let's talk about pruning. Pruning is like giving your garden a good haircut. It helps in removing dead or overgrown branches, allowing for better air circulation and light penetration. This, in turn, promotes healthier growth. Regular pruning also helps in maintaining the shape of your plants, keeping your garden looking tidy and well-maintained. Remember though, every plant has its own pruning schedule, so it's important to do your research. Pest control is another crucial aspect of garden maintenance. A well-kept garden can unfortunately also be a paradise for pests. To manage this, consider introducing beneficial insects like ladybugs and praying mantises, which are natural predators to harmful pests. Also, use organic pesticides as a last resort to ensure your garden remains a safe and healthy space for all its inhabitants. Finally, don't forget about the soil. Regularly adding organic matter like compost or manure can greatly improve soil fertility, providing your plants with the nutrients they need to thrive. Also, consider getting your soil tested every few years to make sure it's still providing the right conditions for your plants. And there you have it. A beautiful garden is not a one-time effort but a continuous labor of love. With the right care, your garden will continue to shine season after season. Now you know how to double your garden's beauty. We've traversed a journey filled with simple yet transformative tricks that can revolutionize the aesthetic of your green haven. Let's take a moment to revisit these pearls of wisdom. First up, we delved into the magic of plant selection. Remember, it's not just about picking the prettiest petals, but also about understanding their growth patterns, sunlight needs, and compatibility with other plants. Choosing the right plants can set the stage for a vibrant and thriving garden. We then explored the blueprint of beauty, showing you how strategic layout design can accentuate your garden's charm. By grouping plants with similar needs together and creating levels for visual interest, you can design a garden that's not only easy to maintain but also visually stunning. Next, we talked about the garnish of your garden, the decorative elements. Be it a bird bath, a garden gnome, or a rustic wooden bench, these elements add personality and character to your garden, making it uniquely yours. Finally, we discussed maintenance techniques to keep your garden glowing. Regular watering, timely pruning, and seasonal fertilizing are crucial to keep your plants healthy and your garden looking its best. So there you have it, 4 simple tricks that can double your garden's beauty. It's time to roll up your sleeves and get dirty. Implement these tricks and watch as your garden transforms into a breathtaking paradise. Happy gardening!